At a property where everything is in full bloom. I wanted to get you guys the shot of the poppies, using them as a ground cover, and she's doing what we do, just removing the bad. Hi! And then the good just kind of take over. This is where all those wood chips were, to stifle out the weeds. And then, what would you say, Tim?
There's a lot less this year. That's why I'm doing it. It seems fruitless, but there's a lot less.
Well, no, I mean, look at the field beyond it. It's all grass.
Like almost, they're like 2.5 feet tall. There's barely any room for weeds.
That's awesome.
Which is kind of crazy because they are taking over.
Oop, you got a white one. So they're putting out little varietals, little mutants in the strain because you have so many. Or a bee brought in some pollen from another white one. Oh. Yeah, but all along the fence lines, all the way up. So it's hard to get the shot in the scale, but I'll try and get you an above thing. But the whole thing's basically just exploded, which is what we wanted. Ooh, the orchard. And these are, you'll recognize them from other shots in the Dirt Journal if you go back and watch it. But these are the terraces by the entrance that are all flowers now. Am I forgetting to say anything?
All those homes out of the creek, they were ancient. That's where those are from. So that's cool.
Yeah, and when you're walking around, you're just stumbling through the poppies. So that's kind of fun. Look at that. That's a yard of flowers and fruit trees. Climb up here. The myrtles still aren't coming out. Oh yeah, they are. Getting their first little buds on there. But yeah, there's shots that you've seen before, but I just wanted to get you this in the full bloom. Both sides of the driveway. Here's the berry area, and it is just loaded up, and they'll continue to just be more and more and more. And then the irises are just now putting their heads up. You can see the ones along the fence line are going to go soon, and it'll be 100 degrees and everything will shrink down a little bit here, but this is its prime time. Ah, look at that driveway. The light is really good today. It's a lot of poppies. I want to walk down and look at the orchard. This is our staircase. We're having to just walk on poppies and stuff because it's gotten that crazy. This is that log staircase that I built, and we'll let them go when everything starts to shrink and stuff, and they have massive seed heads on them. We'll remove those from areas where we don't necessarily want flowers and spread them on areas that don't have flowers yet. And that's all you have to do. You can pull up the whole body of the plant with pods and everything on there, and just kind of spread those around on the slopes, and it just continues to go and go and go. But look, this is the orchard. This is what I mean about hardly any ground space, but for a ground cover and for bee preservation and everything, I mean, look at that. These are my rock turrets. This is the strawberry beds. These are the huge rock turrets that hold up these. You can't even see the rock right now. That's crazy. So yeah, but I mean, very little room for any other weeds to come up. So look at the ground. It's just all poppy leaves. And the trees are all in the full green. And the grapes are all putting out their first leaves. It looks like the frost got to some of them the other day. Wake up! Holy moly. So yeah, just the occasional chunk. Oh, I didn't get to read. Strawberries are already on. I see they've put out their first waves and working on the second. We're not even out here yet, really. They're just kind of doing it. Do you see that? You got little berries on them. Crazy. So yeah, battling through the gates and the flowers. Good stuff. Look at that. And that's what it would look like otherwise, and that's what it would look like, and that's what the surrounding slopes all look like. You can see they're pretty natural. And we've got the flowers going on. These are all babies. And you can imagine every flower that you see is going to be a pod with 10,000 seeds in it, so you can just keep spreading and spreading and spreading. There's the orchard. Full to the brim. Okay. Thanks for watching this one. Share that with you before it disappeared for the season. I wanted to try and capture the scope of this poppy bloom. So here's our little patch, and you can see the line of the fence is where we have been controlling it, meaning pulling out, laying down wood chips. Inside the garden there's ground cloth and wood chips. Outside just wood chips, 6 inches or so. And pulling out all of the undesirables, foxtails and grasses and stuff. You can see the other side of the fence is just brome grasses and different wild oats and blah blah blah, all the things that can fill in a field, with just your occasional poppy here and there. Not that the fields and the meadows out here aren't beautiful and full of flowers, it's crazy. But there's the orchard down below, and you can just see that the whole thing has gone crazy, and now this will be like the 3rd year of that, and it should just finish stitching in kinda, and the more space that your desirables hog and hold out, the less weeds you have to pull. And the weeds come up really easy if you put down a lot of wood chips. So basically controlling that whole thing. Pretty killer on a spring day. Anyways, not trying to show off or anything, just that's nature. All that we did, that's what I'm trying to explain, is just kept removing the things that we didn't want and spreading around, taking out the seeds and throwing them in all directions, just ripping them off, taking the dead plants and just laying them there, leaving them for a couple of weeks so all the seeds fall out on the ground, and raking them up, you know, and it's just gone crazy. You guys getting just the bad weeds for me, right? Yes, boss. They're good workers. Can I come invade your guys' world? Looks like you have a little flower Eden. And your colors are really cool. Hey, mama. Hi. Oh yeah. There's some blackbirds. The locals enjoying it. This is a gardener. You see the little chair out there? It's a good thing. You know, they actually stopped and enjoyed it. That's my job. Make spots where people want to stop and enjoy it. Ah, this is gratifying. This is that time of year. We've been running and running and running, and now everything explodes, and then after this, there will of course be the work of as things start to bake off. But right now, feel a little bit like you're winning. Little orange patch. It's our little Wizard of Oz land. Poof! Okay. These are like stained red. You see that? That's a whole nother variation. Look. That's awesome. So that'll mix in. The bees will stir all that in too. And they're just having their heyday. Did the weed whacking in the creek area, get the grass down, so the kids that live here are snake proofed a little bit. If you keep certain areas low, you know, snakes are afraid of hawks, and you don't have to worry about trying to kill all your snakes. You can just kind of control the areas that they like to hang out in. And I remind the kids, when you're poking around down in here, this might be their hidey spot that they had to run to when you came out and scared them there. So always pay attention, because they'll actually be sitting there like trying to be quiet. But yeah, you can see I leave the poppies up. They spread and spread and spread and spread. The fact that I cut these seeds in time before they even had the chance to mature. If you let them get too fat when they fall, they can still dry out and be good seeds. Means that the poppies are slowly winning, and up there I gave it a clean slate with a bunch of bark, and that's what's won it. But they're even creeping down the creek. And there's a shot of the orchard, which we've preserved from the waters for several years successfully. So the trees are getting bigger and bigger. It's all boulders that one of the backhoe services out here came and manangled those in for us. So they're actually huge things that he put all in there that are part of the reason why this stays here. So I put in some logs and tea stakes and stuff, but he dropped in some infrastructure here that you wouldn't believe. And it's on the uphill side, and of course the owner before everybody had put in this huge old train car thing as a bridge and built the cement thing, and then we leave the bushes to hold the water out. Big deal, or else this would all get eroded every year and wipe this orchard out. But yeah, poppies, 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 that's how we leave it. And kid play zone, and off down the road. Forts. I like that look with only the tufts of flowers sticking up, and as they get more mature and grass gets more and more cropped down, it tends to look cooler and cooler. Okay, happy spring everybody. We'll see you out there. Flower power.